Dear youth, I am a South African, I am a mother, I am a Gogo. I have worked with young people for many, many decades. I have laughed with many of you, cried too often with you. I have enjoyed challenging conversations and debates about issues you are not afraid to tackle. Topics that were taboo and in some circles still are for young people and even older people to have an opinion on or even mention. I have learned so much from so many, and for this I will always be grateful. Thank you all. June is a poignant month. Memories of inhumane, cruel, brutal acts against innocent young people who are requesting the basic human right of education. I can still remember where I was when I heard the news and the exact emotions that I experienced on the 16th of June, 1976. It was later that year that television was introduced in South Africa. Social media was not part of the communication network, and radio stations were the only way of keeping up with news events. It was on the 6 p.m. evening news that I heard of the Soweto uprising. I now choose to celebrate young people, not only in June, but every day of the year. My message to you is you must strive to make an impactful mark and leave a positive legacy for all who cross your path. Your task is to lead the way in an ever-changing world. Tackle the challenges you are faced with optimism and hope. In the words of Peter Diamandis and Stephen Kotler, the future is better than you think. This may seem a rather daunting reality in today's world, a world dominated by continuous technological development and streaming of instant communication. How, you might ask? I would like to share a few Gogo thoughts with you as we celebrate young people of the world. One of the huge positive developments in technology is in the discipline of neuroscience. Immense scientific research has been done on identifying and understanding the wiring of the human brain, a deeply academic and complex science, but interestingly practical to tap into. Tapping into the knowledge in a practical way is beautifully expressed by Archbishop Desmond Tutu and His Holiness the Dalai Lama in their joint book, Lasting Happiness in a Changing World, the Book of Joy. Neuroscientists have identified 4 independent brain circuits over which we have a great deal of control and which influence our well-being and our quest for deep and lasting happiness and joy in our lives. The first circuit, we all have the control over maintaining a state of positivity. It is a choice. The second circuit enables us to recover from negative life challenges. Resilience is what it's called. The third circuit is our ability to focus and be mindful, a state we can develop through regular practice. Fourth circuit requires or enables us to respect and have concern for others. We learn from this that it is possible in the most challenging life situations to tap into and reflect optimism, hope, resilience, empathy, and as the Dalai Lama and Desmond Tutu often reflect, laughter and fun shared with others. I would like to add from my own Gogo learning another principle and action needed more than ever in the world we live in. Be present for others and listen to one another. Actively listen, and listen some more. Nelson Mandela continues to inspire us with his words of wisdom etched in our memories. His words remain forever true. These particular words resonate with me. I have them visibly up in my home and they guide me every day. am fundamentally an optimist. Whether that comes from nature or nurture, I cannot say. Part of being optimistic is keeping one's head pointed towards the sun and one's feet moving forward. There were many dark days when my faith in humanity was sorely tested, but I would not and could not give myself up to despair. That way lays defeat and death. I believe it is your generation that can positively change the world. May you experience great joy in your lives, even in times of challenge.